Saw you on the way, cruising just the other day. Girl, I have to say, beauty is your other name. Driving me insane, so I gotta know her name. Saw that face, fell in love without a conversation. So I'm pulling up, some may call it pushing up. Either way I want, you is really what I want. Tell me what you want, I'll be everything you want. Turn me up and you won't regret this conversation. Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl? Travel all the world, nothing out there like you, girl. Come inside my world, cause you make me better, girl. Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl? Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl? Travel all the world, nothing out there like you, girl. Come inside my world, cause you make me better, girl. Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl?
I saw the baby when she skated past the candy store. Lil' mama waited cause she saw just what she looking for. A smooth complexion with.
What's going on, folks? It's your main man, Mr. Council, back with another one, Saturday Motivation. You know how we do. Until Saturday, because Saturday is the day that you need to your own. Most people working 9 to 5, so by the time they get to Saturday, they feel it's necessary to take their foot off the gas. But most artists, creatives, and business minds know that Saturday is the day to put your foot on the gas and handle your business. It's early. I'm up and at 'em. I got 2 crazy important games today with my boys and my girls. We're facing 2 undefeated teams, so we have another opportunity for greatness. So I'm truly thankful, but I have a word from the Most High. And it might ruffle some feathers, but that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to create knowledge and understanding and wisdom of self so we can make better contributions to the world. Is social media really the problem? Is social media really the problem? I'm hearing a lot of videos, podcasts, they always talk about social media and the negative effects that social media has on society. Now, I'm a school teacher, and every year we are giving these growth assessments. And the way these assessments are uniquely designed now is that it starts off at an elevated level. Skills that the kids are not even expected to have. But what it does is it adjusts to the kids' skills and knowledge, and then by the end of the assessment, they feel they have a good picture of where that kid lies, whether in the 1st grade, the beginning of the year, 5th grade, middle of the year, 8th grade, end of the year, whatever. But it's designed to cater to that person's intelligence. And social media, when I've been thinking about it, is designed to do the same thing, because oftentimes when I scroll through Instagram, when I scroll through YouTube, when I scroll through my social media, outside of Facebook, it's always bringing me to videos that are like the ones that I interact with. It's some random stuff that come on there all the time. I get that. But for the most part, when I scroll through Instagram and I scroll through YouTube, the types of videos and pictures that come up are similar to the most things that I engage with. And so my point is, if social media is a problem for you, you need to understand that you might be the problem. I'm going to say it again because somebody in the back didn't hear me. If social media is a problem for you, then you need to understand that you might be the problem. See, God is doing some great things in this world, and the main thing that most of us focus on is the negativity. And see, what people don't understand, shout out to Billy Carson, I heard this the other day, is that we're manifesting all the time, good and bad things. So we don't just manifest the good things that come to our life. That's what we try to focus on when we bring up the subject of manifesting. But we forget to leave out the part that we're also manifesting the bad things in our life. And it's by the people that we have around us, the energy that we keep in our network. If you're constantly around negative people, you're going to have negative things continue to happen in your life. If you keep yourself around positive people, you'll begin to observe that good and positive things happen to you more than negative. And so most of us have been trained by this world to be inherently negative. And so that's why we have a tendency to focus on the negative things in our life. And when we have a tendency to focus on the negative things in our life, we can have a tendency to have negative outcomes. I'm preaching today. Y'all have to understand that social media is not the problem. Just like people talk about money is the problem, the root of all evil is money. No, the love of money is the root of all evil. See, good people do good things with money and bad people do bad things with money. So you can't expect that everybody that has money is a person that's bad. Now, one thing I understand about money is that money does bring along temptation. And so it can have a way to bring out the worst in you. But if you are a disciplined individual, then those things will not affect you. And so what we have to understand as a people is that we have to begin to start to focus on the positive. We have to focus on the positive if we want positive change in our lives. And that's what most people don't recognize and don't focus on. See, when I go to work, oftentimes, I'm beginning to have a greater love for my job and the kids that I work with. But oftentimes I get caught up in the rigmarole of the day to day. And what I mean by that is somebody walks by and says, it's almost Friday. Focus on the end of the week. And I'm like, yeah, man, it's only Wednesday. And then you kind of routinely draw yourself back into that negative energy. Even if you were having a good day, just think about it. If you were having a good day and say it's a Monday and somebody comes along with those Monday blues, oftentimes we have a tendency to go along with it even if we're in a different mind state. And I'm learning to undo that. See, it's a process of unlearning things that we have learned throughout our lives. We have to become better. And I'm not just talking to you all, I'm talking to myself. I have to become better. Oftentimes, just to tell on myself, a lot of times lately when I've been watching a lot of inspirational videos, because I've been watching so many of them, oftentimes I've been listening to respond negatively. Because sometimes I don't agree with some of the things that they say, certain people. And so oftentimes when certain people come up, I listen to respond negatively to them. And instead of doing that, and instead of pushing hate and negativity in the world, what I need to do is just change what I'm listening to. I don't need to say anything negative, even if I think that they're coming from a disingenuous place. I don't need to say anything about it, because I'm not the judge and the jury of that person. The only thing that I need to do is change the frequency. Change what I'm allowing my ears to listen to. Bringing in some more positivity instead of focusing on what negative I think that this person is pushing out to the world. And that's what we have to understand. That's what we have to do. Just like people who are like the type of person I am. I'm not a fighter. I'm not a punk, but I'm not a fighter. Like, I'm not going to be the person out there initiating fights. And so throughout my life, because I carry that energy with me, I normally am in a situation where I don't have to use my hands or some sort of weapon. And that's the way I'm going to live. They say you live by the gun, you die by the gun. People don't understand the law of attraction. I'm going to begin studying the laws of attraction a lot more, because I know it's going to carry me to a further level than where I am now. But I'm saying all this to say is the root of your problems begins inside. See, we like to look to the world, but it's what we have a tendency to focus on that's attracted constantly to our lives. And so if you have negative people in your life, you got to find a way to get them out of it. Well, not find a way to get them out of it, get yourself out of the situation of being around negative people. You have to remove yourself. If you feel like your job is bringing you constantly hate and constant negativity, then you have to remove yourself from that space and find something where you're going to attract love and beauty and good things. But see, oftentimes we think our power is staying through negative things. Like when you stay in a bad relationship and you've been in a bad relationship for 10 or say 20 years and you get out of it, you feel like you deserve something because you sat in that negativity for that long. No, you don't deserve anything. You deserve that negative 10 or 20 years because you chose to sit in it. See, that's the part that we don't get. We think that we get a reward because we stuck it out through hard times. That's no. Because at any moment, you had a choice to leave that situation. But you chose to stay. Just like when you go through social media, if you're always talking about seeing IG models and dudes popping bottles and things of that nature that are negative, it's because that's what you're engaging with. That's what you are liking. That's what you're tapping on to see the full video of. And so if that's all that comes in your timeline, that's all that you're interacting with. So you can't blame Instagram for that, because Instagram and YouTube are designed to give you the things that you like so you stay on there longer. If you go to YouTube, you can learn anything pretty much. How to fix anything, how to build things, how to grow a business. It's so many things that you can learn, but we focus on the negative news. Brothers getting shot by the cops. People getting beat up, or fights in high schools. You know, men and the manosphere and the women, you know, talking negative about men. All of those different things. That's what we have a tendency to engage with. And so those begin to be the things that are on our timeline. But if you are open your mind to your gifts, then things would change for you. I have a student, I talk about her all the time. I don't want to mention her name on this video until I have her permission, but it's a young lady that goes to the school I teach at. And when she was in 3rd grade, she asked her teacher if she could start looking up cake decorating videos. I tell the story to people all the time. So she decided to spend her free time looking up cake decorating videos. And now that she's in 8th grade, she started a business where she's decorating cakes. She took what she learned and she brought it to real life. And so now, because she made that her focus and she made that her aim, now she's living that out in her reality. But most kids don't do that. Most kids, when they have their devices, they're looking at video games and other things that are just there for entertainment and not something that they could learn to do for the rest of their lives. So then we say social media is bad for them, but we haven't geared them to look towards the positive things. We haven't geared them to be towards positive people, so they don't belong on there. Because we are training them incorrectly, just like oftentimes we may have been trained incorrectly in our journeys. And so we pour in that negativity, passing it right down to our kids, just like the food that we eat. If you eat bad food, eventually you're going to have bad outcomes. If you eat good food, you're going to feel good. You're going to have energy. You're going to have the focus to be able to thrive. What I'm saying is, it's personal accountability. Everything falls back to that, no matter what. No matter what, everything falls back to personal accountability. So if you want your life to change, you have to focus on personal accountability. And stop pointing out the negative effects of the things around you and focus on the positive ones. Because this world is inherently good and bad. But we spend so much time focusing on the bad, we don't understand how we're making this place worse for everybody. And that's a tough pill to swallow. Because we're pointing to the things that society does, but because we pay attention to those things the most, we're adding to it. So we can't just blame society. We have to blame ourselves. It all comes back to you. So if I can motivate you today, if you want to be better, take the steps to be better. But if you want to wallow in negativity, don't be upset when negativity follows you everywhere you go. And it took me a long time to truly understand that. And so let's say, like when I'm driving Uber and I get a ride that sends me someplace that I did not want to be, the first thing I say now is, God wanted me there. And 9 times out of 10, after that, a better ride comes that brings me back to someplace where I wanted to be. But what I used to do was get angry and upset. Mad, why I gotta be over here? They're gonna send me here. They're gonna send me there. And with that negative, angry energy, I was manifesting the negative ride that would come next. But until I took a look at myself, chose to be led by God, and understood that wherever I go, He walks with me, that I don't have to worry, because He's going to take me where I need to be if I follow Him. But most people don't want to truly do that. We want to pretend that we do that on Sundays. But there's 6 other days in the week. I need to be led for 7 days. So it's time for all of us to be better. Not just you, but me. But we have to understand that social media is not the problem. We are. And we have to understand, like Billy Carson says, that we are manifesting all the time. The good things and the bad things. But will you take accountability? That's up to you. That's my time. Peace to all my people in the struggle.
I met you when I was young. We kissed and we fell in love. Knew you were the one because I felt you inside my lungs. I up and messed up again, so chose to let you go live. That's when I saw you with him. Heartbroken, so I just lived. I think I'm ready, might be ready. Now I'm ready for love. Don't think I'm jealous, but I felt it when I saw you someone. Okay, I'm jealous, cause I never thought you'd leave me alone. So now I'm jealous, I can't stand it, and I can't let you go. No, I just can't let you go. No, I just can't let you. I thought to myself, oh why'd you leave her?